What's going on YouTube? That's Kyle here, and most of you guys don't know that aside from YouTube and content creation and streaming, I do this all part-time for now. My main job is I'm actually in the automotive industry. I am an automotive technician. I've been working on cars or playing with cars for almost 20 years now. Today's video I want to show you guys how to fix a battery. Basically what was happening is when you would go to hit the trigger to go either forward or backwards, it would not work. As you can see, this is a fully charged battery and it only works sometimes. As you can see, when you hit the trigger, see, now it's not working at all. So what I found that I had to do was I actually had to twist the battery, and now it would work sometimes. You have to restart it and put it back in there. Sometimes it would work, but most of the time what we would have to, the fix would have been, was just to twist the battery, twist it in its case to make contact better. And once I found that out, I knew exactly what the problem was. The problem is that it would be obviously a contact issue. Initially, I thought it was my battery. The battery is a couple years old. Typically Snap-on batteries don't last that long, and so I thought it was a battery. So I bought a new battery, thinking that was the problem. It actually, it worked for a little bit, and then it started doing the same exact thing. So I was like, oh darn it, it's not the battery. Maybe it might be my tool. I have multiple of these. I have a 3/8 one. I have a 1/4 inch one, and then I have an air ratchet that all takes the same battery. And it just so happened that my 1/4 inch impact gun, it didn't work for that one. I guess I was able to put the battery in tight enough, or just intermittently it worked on my 3/8 gun and my 3/8 ratchet, and not on my 1/4 inch. So I had sent out my 1/4 inch impact gun to get repaired. I thought maybe there might have been something wrong with it. I got it back and it was still doing the same exact thing. However, I had when I went to go put the battery in there, for some reason I was like, alright, well, let me just see if this would work. I went ahead and twisted the battery. So I basically just twisted the battery. So here's the battery. This is kind of if this was inside the gun, I would just twist it like this to improve the contacts, and the gun worked. Because I thought, well, I was just trying to find out what's wrong, because I'm not trying to buy a whole new set of impact tools, and because these are pretty expensive. So I'm trying to do some diagnosing on my own, and I just happened to come across the temporary fix, and I was like, obviously there's something wrong with the contacts. So that's when like I said, I had opened up the gun and checked inside to make sure that the pins were okay. I bent them in a little bit just to try to maybe increase the contact pressure. It still was doing the same thing. So I was like, all right, well, let me go ahead and disassemble the battery. And I was going to tighten up the pins inside of the battery itself. With these batteries, obviously you want to be very careful. You don't want to short out the batteries. I'm pretty sure that if you are watching this video, you are wanting to know how to fix your Snap-on impact. It can be this video is not just for this impact driver. This is obviously for anything that takes the 14.4 volt battery, the 2 amp hour battery, anything that is this style. However, like I said, if you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure that you are mechanically inclined. You have a basic concept of the fact that you don't want to short out the battery when you do this, and you have the mechanical skills to disassemble this battery. Otherwise, I don't recommend doing this, and definitely would recommend you wearing safety goggles, because if you do by accident short the battery out, it will overheat very quickly and can potentially explode in your face, and you'll have battery acid all over you, which you definitely do not want. So highly recommend wearing safety glasses. So let's get to it. Okay, so for this project, you're just going to need a few things. The first thing you're going to need is a T8, a pocket screwdriver, and a terminal tool. This is a slightly angled flat blade terminal tool. You're going to see what I use these two tools for in a moment. So the first step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove the two screws holding the base of the battery to the upper part of the body of the battery. Okay, set these to the side. Okay. So I've already taken this battery apart. However, this part, the base of the battery is actually kind of glued to the bottom two batteries. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to grasp the body of the battery, and you're just going to want to shake this and twist around. And what you're going to want to do is all you're doing is you're separating the base of the battery from the adhesive. This looks like it's RTV of some sort, or some sort of rubberized adhesive, and this is kind of flimsy plastic. So all you really have to do is you want to just basically bend this and manipulate it to where this will just come off clean. Set this to the side. Go ahead and put the screws in here so we don't lose them. The next step is going to be using your terminal tool, or if you have a thin enough pocket screwdriver, but most pocket screwdrivers, they're going to be too fat to stick inside of the terminals. I mean, you can stick them into the middle two terminals, however, you're going to really damage the pins, and that's exactly what we're trying to fix. There's also going to be adhesive. You're going to have a little bit of adhesive right here. I can't remember which side, but either here or here. And then you're going to have two strips of double-sided tape, one strip here and one strip here. And so all you're going to want to do is you're going to take your terminal tool, put it inside. While you have it inside of here and applying pressure downward, same thing, you're going to want to twist the batteries and overcome the adhesive, and then it'll just pop right out. What you do not want to do is you do not want to take anything metallic. Do not take like a pocket screwdriver and start prying the batteries out. You could short the battery, and this battery pack will overheat very quickly and could potentially explode in your face, and that would definitely not be good. So do not use any sort of metallic objects to pry this out. The method that I just showed, where you use your terminal tool to push down, apply pressure, and twist the battery pack out of the body of the battery, that will work. That is exactly what I did with this one, and it just takes a little bit, but it will come out. So when you get the batteries out of the body, this is what it looks like. Like I had mentioned, you have the adhesive right here and a little bit of adhesive right here. I'd already removed the double-sided tape because I don't want that. I don't need it there. I'm not tamper-proofing my own battery. But like I said, you had a strip of double-sided tape here and a strip of double-sided tape here. And that's all you're doing. You're just trying to overcome. It's the same type of adhesive right here. And this is actually pretty weak double-sided tape here. So just a little bit of manipulation of the battery pack and the body of the battery, and it'll pop right out. Now, these are the terminals that are causing our issue. Right here. What happens is that these get spread out and they're not making a full contact anymore. So all I did was I took my pocket screwdriver and I bent the pin tight. You kind of bend it here, kind of bend it here. Basically, you just want to close this gap. That's all you're doing, is you're making the pins tighter. That's it. I'm going to do that to all 8 of them. And once you have that together, take the battery pack and put it back into the body of the battery. This only goes in one way, so don't worry about remembering how to put it back together. It only goes in one way. So get that, make sure that's seated. Empty your screws out. This will actually go on either way. However, as you can see, there's some grooves inside of here. So, and then there's going to be the imprint that it left. So just go ahead and put it back in the same way that it came off. We're going to go ahead and put the screws back in. Okay. And now we got it all tight. Okay, so now you're just going to want to make sure that it works. So go ahead and put it into your tool and just verify that it works. As you can see, this is the battery that I had fixed. I have not fixed this one yet. This is still the problem battery. I just wanted to make sure I was able to show you guys the symptoms of what it was doing. So you go ahead and put that in there, and as you can see, it's lighting up. And this is a fully charged battery. But the terminals are not making enough contact for it to work. So, but that's it. That's how you fix a battery where it is a fully charged battery, but it's still not operating your tool. And if you know, to do some troubleshooting, if you were to just twist the battery case or apply more pressure and it works, this remedy may help your situation. Hopefully, if you guys are having the same issue or a similar issue, I'll be able to catch you in time before you go down the route of spending money that you don't have to. And if you guys like this kind of videos, me working on cars, car tips, or some things that I found have to do with the automotive industry, leave me a comment, let me know, and in the future I'll try to make some new videos. Just to give you guys a heads up, I have a Honda Civic and I'm actually shooting for around 500 horsepower. What? I built the engine myself and put the car together myself, and I'm having one of my buddies tune it. I've been having problems with this car for quite a few years now. I finally figured out what's wrong with it, had the time to fix it. I have some parts in, and I'll be doing a video on how to install these rocker arms. If you guys are interested in that kind of thing, just leave me a comment, let me know, and I'll try to make more content. I'll try to make more videos relating to cars. But until next time, YouTube, I'm Not So Kyle. Thanks for watching.